Yo, what is up, my mullet sharp here, bringing you guys another video, and today I'm bringing you guys Twitter topics, and we're going to be playing on Domination. Now, a lot of you guys, I'm going to be doing, oh fuck, Stormfront. I'm about to back out. If this game is not almost over, I'm going to back out, because this shit is my ganda. But anyway, I'm going to get back into my 1v1s tomorrow. I think I'm going to do an episode on that tomorrow, as long as nothing, goes wrong, and some dude on GB, like, chips me over, his GB doesn't go down. I'll get a 1-1. Even if GB goes down, alright, I'm leaving this. I don't want to play this map. I don't want to do it. Don't want to have any part of it. I'm leaving it. Let's just jump. If I get back on that map, I'll just play it. But anyway, yeah, 1v1 tomorrow. I know a lot of you guys like these Twitter topics. A lot of you guys don't. Basically, what it is? Jeez, what is this? Magunda. I'll just play it. Whatever. We're gonna use a tar on this map. I got that Spectre camo. I want to give a shout out to. Actually, I got it from someone on Twitter, Mikey Rich. Mikey with 2 Y's and then Rich. It's all together. If you guys want to follow him, I wouldn't bug him too much for Spectre Cam. I don't know how much he has, but he hooked me up with it. So let's run the MTAR. Ooh, the map's just starting. Yeah. Anyway, let's get into these Twitter topics. A lot of you guys are asking for UMG Philly predictions, so I'm going to give you guys some UMG Philly predictions. I'm going to be 100% honest. I'm redoing this commentary because I did UMG Philly predictions, and I probably would have just got my shit roasted for the predictions that I gave, and I don't want to get roasted. So I'm being fake for a minute. I hope you guys don't mind. Dude, it was just like I don't know what I was thinking. You guys can try to guess in the comments, and I might let you know if you're right. But I would have got nailed to the cross. But anyway, all right, UMG Philly predictions. Well, if you guys didn't catch one of my, like, 2 videos ago, there's been fucking team changes. Look at my tar shot. Gazeth upon thy bank account. Come on. Come on. I can't do comms while I'm thinking about this stuff, trying to hit my tar shot. Alright, but anyway, yeah, so, UMG Philly predictions. If you guys didn't see my last 2 videos, there have been roster changes out the fucking Magunda mullet. And, yeah, kind of crazy. A lot of roster changes. Going to be a crazy, just, free-for-all at UMG Philly for most teams. Because all these teams are changing. There's not really going to be a lot of... I hate that. How do you get knifed on this map? Like, that guy could have just completed a field order. I hope so. Like, dude just knifed me on this map. He should have got a nuke. But anyway... A lot of you guys have known there are roster changes. Complexity changed rosters. We changed rosters. Optic changed rosters. Envy changed rosters. Everyone, Curse Las Vegas. Unite totally disband. There's a new team to form, Vanquish, with Stainville and Spacely and Imbos in them. And just all these new different teams. Fear's going to be there. Fear changed rosters. And so let's talk about these teams. Let's start on the top. This probably will just be the whole entire video, to be honest. We're getting dominated. This will probably end quickly. My whole team's leaving, it looks like. No, actually, someone on the other team left. He's like, I'm tired of winning. But anyway, let's start off with Complexity, the #1 ranked team. They changed rosters. They dropped Kaliber. We capitalized on that, by the way. Chicka. But I don't even know why I just said chicka. That was awful. Let me just cut that out. Let me just restart the comm. I'm kidding. But anyway, hopefully this dude isn't laying in the grass again. I'm just going to neutralize this shit and run. I'm tired of dying on flags. But anyway. Complexity, they changed rosters. They picked up Karma. I think they're going to lose a lot of, what they had with Kaliber. Kaliber, I think, was one of their key reasons for a lot of their success, mainly just because a lot of you guys would say he is a GOAT. Kaliber is an extremely talented player, but he also brings something to LAN events that a lot of players can't bring, is he brings the hype. Dude brings the hype online. I don't know if you guys watch any streams, but my dude be screaming like a wild-ass cheetah online, too. He just brings the hype, and I think that's a big factor in a lot of how a lot of teams play. I keep saying this time and time again. I'm excited to play with it. This dude is just eating. Are you hungry, little guy? Oh, and now he has a friend. And I'm trapped in a corner. But anyway, so I think that's gonna change up a lot for Complexity. But I think they'll do good with Karma. They'll have a good roster there with Karma. Karma's a good player. It could, honestly, it could go either way. They could do really good with Karma, or it could just self-destruct their team. As, they instead of, playing as a unit, they could all start to play individual and start, don't really know, should we play around Crimsix? Should we play around Karma? Should we play around Aches? What should we do? It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see. But without a doubt, Complexity will still be a top team, and they'll be a contender. Now, whether they'll win the event, I think TK is going to give them a run for the money. That's moving on to our team. And once again, you know, picking up Kaliber, we're not going to be at 100% at UMG Philly because we're not going to have the time. It's such short notice with the roster change to go into an event, and we're not going to be 100% practice for the event. I'll be honest. But is this dude just killing everyone behind us? That needs to stop. I think we will be a contender. We'll have a good chance. You know, Kaliber, he brings an in-game leadership role to the team, and he also brings the composure and you know, the knowledge of how to win. He's been there before. He's won 7 out of the last 8 tournaments, and that just brings a lot to the table right there. You know, we have someone on the team who wins, and that's just good. You know, I trust Kaliber in a 1v4 situation in the finals of a 5v5 last map. Just because I know that he won't get nervous, he'll keep his composure, and you know, that's how it's going to go. So yeah, I'm definitely excited to see how we do at Philly. You know, if we don't win, I'm not going to be disappointed just because of how short notice it is. But obviously, you know, the main goal here is to win. Let's move on to Curse Las Vegas. Curse Las Vegas picked up Killa. They dropped Stainville, so it is pretty much the old Impact roster plus Nameless. You know, they don't have Karma. They have Nameless instead of Karma. It'll be interesting to see, you know, how this team does. Mainly, it'll be interesting to see what this team does after the event. I just got knifed again. It's about the same kid. No, wait, no. I think Kid Hulk knifed me last time. I don't know. I can rewatch the video. That's just depressing. It'll be interesting to see. Oh, here comes a wolf. What? Fucking Teen Wolf came running at me. But it'll be interesting to see how they do with their new team. You know, I think they have a lot of team chemistry with each other, but then again, with that, you guys know how the Unite team with Parasite and Killa has been. You guys know how they've been, you know, when they're on Impact. A lot of times, you know, there's a lot of fights. There's a lot of YouTube videos of Killa vs. Haggy on the internet, and that's what a lot of people said when they got back together. Yes, more Killa vs. Haggy episodes. So it should be really interesting to see how that pans out and how that team does. Also, it'll be interesting to see, you know, if they do go into UMG Philly and not perform how they want to perform, what happens with the roster. So that'll be interesting to see. But I can see them being a definite contender. They've been grinding. I keep seeing them say, you know, team scrim, team scrim, team scrim. We played them in pro scrims. We did beat them. It was a best of 5. We won the 3 maps we hosted. They won the 2 maps they hosted. Whether that played a factor or not, I don't know. But without a doubt, they were good games, and Curse Las Vegas will be a top team going into Philly, and definitely have a chance of winning. Let's go on to Envy. Envy, the player robbers. You know, they stole our player. Obviously, I'm just kidding. I have nothing against the dudes on Envy. I think they lost a big part of their team by losing Karma. Obviously, you know, he's a good player. Maybe with Gunjar, I don't really know. I didn't watch their team play at all. I didn't, you know, watch their streams. I actually went in Rambo stream the other day to see how they were playing with Gunjar. Just kind of creeping on them and checking it out and seeing how they were doing. And I wasn't even a mod in Rambo stream. That just shows how little, you know, I didn't really watch their stream. And Rambo's like, oh, welcome to the stream for the first time, Sharp. Glad you watch, and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, I haven't really watched their streams at all. So I didn't know how they play with Karma, what their communication was like. But I think something that they'll have in Gunjar is a good team player for the most part. There were some times when Gunjar would be a selfish player, but you know, I think with Gunjar, it can bring them teamwork. It can bring teamwork to the team. But Karma, I told Gunjar this when he left and when he joined with Envy and he was picking up Karma's role. You know, I was just kind of fucking with him. I was like, you know, Karma, he's a good player. I heard he didn't drop under 10 kills in any S&D at Columbus. I was like, those are pretty big shoes to fill there. And he's like, I know, homie. La la la. This is my mistake. Let me do it. Homie, you trying to eat some ice cream, Sammy's? Anyway, all this stuff. And I was just kind of messing with him saying that. But it's true at a point. It is true. Karma is a really good player, and it's going to be a hard role to fill. So it'll be interesting to see how Envy does. Obviously, you know, you got Rambo, a goat-ass objective player, and a good-ass leader. And so, you know, they'll have that aspect. But I don't know. I don't know if you'll see, like, because I know Gunjar tried to do the in-game leader thing with our team in this game. It was kind of more of Neslo, or more like the whole team in Black Ops 2. When we got to this game, Gunjar kind of started doing it. I think it was just because he plays the game so much. My dude never goes to sleep. And he plays the game so much. So it'll be interesting to see if Gunjar and Rambo butt heads and have a Canadian battle out there and what they do. But, you know, without a doubt, you know, you got Merc. He's won a shit ton in the past. He's a top player. You got Proofy. He's won a shit ton in the past. He's a top player. And you just have an all-around, a good group of guys. It'll just be interesting to see. You know, they've teamed with, you know, players such as Karma, who have won. And, you know, Gunjar has never won anything. It was just coming off TK to a team where, you know, he was fairly good friends with everyone. You know, for the most part, I don't know how much him and Neslo got along, but me and Theory and Gunjar were like a really tight-knit group of three. We would just chill all the time. We'd play tourneys all the time, and we'd play 8s and shit all the time. And it'll be interesting to see how he does on that team. But I think, once again, anyone can win this event. Let's talk about the next team that I don't know how many of you guys are really wanting to hear about. A lot of you guys might be, a lot of you guys might not. But let's talk about Optic. Optic picked up my dude Ricky, Agent 009. Alright, my bad. I was getting a text message from Theory saying it would be on. But Optic picked up Ricky. I think Optic will benefit from this. You know, last event they came 13th through 16th. I think Ricky is the type of player who will motivate them to play more. I think Ricky is the type of player who can bring something new to the table. You know, they had Merc. That team was there forever. And then, you know, when they dropped Merc, they picked up a player that I feel like they were more friends with. And then more of someone, it's always good, I think, to bring in someone who is not familiar with everyone on the team and is not really friends. Like, no one really expected them to pick up Ricky. I mean, they played online tourneys with him on this game, but other than that, you know, I don't know how much Optic and Ricky have really, you know, talked together. I know there's a video of Ricky at, I think, Gfinity maybe, of him saying who's the most overrated player in the NA, and he said Scump. And he said after Scump beat him in let's see, in Orlando, MLG Orlando for the Full Sail thing, Scump came over and said, who's overrated now? Or blah, blah, blah. So, you know, there's that, you know, Optic was not really familiar with Ricky. So I think it's good to bring in a player that you're not really familiar with because he can teach him a lot. You know, he can bring him that in-game leadership role that they were looking for. Especially in Search and Destroy, Ricky's a top search player. But just in the other game types. And I think Optic's gonna do a lot better at this event than they did their last event, just because of the fact that I see them playing a lot more, I see them scrimming a lot more. I didn't really see them scrim too much before Columbus. I didn't see him like tweet out, "Hey, who wants to team scrim?" I don't know where I was, or you guys can correct me. I don't know how much they really practiced before Columbus, but I think Ricky will get them on track, and I think they'll start practicing more. And last but not least, I think the teams that you guys need to look out for, Fuse and Justice. Just because Justice didn't make a roster change from Columbus, and you know, you guys saw their hype train. They beat Envy, they beat Optic, they beat SB, I want to say, maybe, I don't know, I forget the teams they beat before that, but they beat a lot of teams to get to where they were, and you know, obviously they didn't make a team change. All those dudes on that team are friends. I think they're just going to have really good teamwork at the next event, and they're just going to be better than they were at Columbus. So you're going to have to watch out for them at Philly. And then Fuse was a team, is a team to me who grinds. They did make a team change. They got rid of, what was his name? Shit. I think they got rid of Phasinator, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. We haven't played them since Columbus, I don't think. But they picked up Example, so it should be interesting to see how they do with him as a new pickup. They dropped him right after Columbus, and they picked up Example pretty soon. So they haven't really, you know, lost a lot of practice there, like the majority of these teams who just got affected by the last roster change a couple days ago. So I can expect them to do pretty good. And then two other teams that can kind of be outliers. Fear, they've been kind of floating below the radar. You know, they just built up their roster, getting Complex, Dito, and Formal. So, you know, you're going to see Fear return once again to a UMG event. They did not go to Columbus, so this is going to be their first Ghost LAN. interested to see how they do at Philly. Formal is a beast. He's adapting this game very well. Actually commentated over their pro scrims against Soar / FaZe. That team with methods in them. That's another team I got to talk about. FaZe, they made that roster change. I don't know how that team's gonna work out. Just because you would think it's like a team of like a group of people that would mesh well together. All I know is you see Methods and Replays getting back together. If you guys don't know, Methods and Replays teamed in Anaheim Black Ops 2 on FaZe. So you see Methods rejoining that team. And they also picked up JCab. And I think JCab has been kind of given the shaft lately. And I think he was blamed a lot for the reasoning of Optic placing so bad. And a lot of people are like, oh, JCab's not that good at this game. So I think JCab's going to come out and impress a lot of people. So, you know, FaZe, Fear, and then also VQ, the new team with Stainville Saints, Spacely, and Imbos. I think that'll be a team to watch out for. They have a lot of objective work on there, and then I think, you know, so you got Saints and Stainville. They just love teaming with each other. They were on Soar in Black Ops 2. They were on Envy in Black Ops 1. They just love teaming with each other, and I think you're going to have to see Stainville kind of lead that team in the right direction. There are a lot of young players on that team, so should be interesting. Going to be a fun event. Going to be a lot of good teams there. Anyone can win. It's anyone's game. Final predictions. Teams that are in the finals. I think it's going to be TK versus Complexity again. We'll have to see. Hopefully we can get that matchup. A lot of you guys are going to ask, do I want to play Envy at the event? I don't really care. I don't really care about playing Envy. I'm not like Nezlo. I think Nezlo's like, I want to play Envy first round. Let's do this. I don't really care. You know, I'm not like torn up on the. Obviously, it bugged me the fact that Gunjar left the team, but I'm not to the point where like I want to play him and just holler at him and yell at him and beat them and be the team that beats him. It doesn't matter to me. If we play him, it's whatever. If we don't, it's whatever. But I think it's gonna be TK Cole in the finals again. Hopefully that can happen. Hopefully we can take this one. But as always, this is your boy Sharp. I'm out. Give this video a like if you liked it. That helps me out. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Almost at 40,000. I think I'm going to do a Gamma giveaway at 40,000. And now I'm burping, and this is just really awkward. So, this is your boy Sharp. I'm out. Peace.